Imagine being homeless with a BBL, a stripper with an OnlyFans account, buying a Mercedes Benz, wrecking the Benz, and going back to your YouTube audience begging for money and doing it all over again. If I were to tell you that, you probably think I was lying and this is made up and I'm trolling. And you would be right, because it does sound like that. But damn it, I'm sorry to say, it's true. It's the real person. It's that person. Her name is West Indie Collection here on YouTube, aka West Indie Mommy. Now, this is like the third video I'm making on this young lady, not because I dislike her. Actually, I don't. I like her accent too, by the way, and I think she is kind of cute, even though she might think that I'm not so cute, but it's okay though. I would still probably pay your bills if I didn't think you were somewhat of a scammer. But let's continue to go on with the whole situation with her. Young lady out there, 2 kids by 2 different guys, and she's homeless. Now, she appeared on Atlanta Street Interviews, and I talked about that. And she used to be a sex worker. Boy, the sounds! You know, then she was on OnlyFans. She's on there for like $25 a month. Go check her out. And then the last kid she had is by a 60-year-old dude at like a restaurant that she was working at. So like her life is really interesting and kind of, it's a lot of dust in there going on at the same time. And she's unaccountable as hell. But one of the most important things I found out about her life was she also met a boyfriend in a homeless shelter who was homeless with her. And so they had like a little homeless struggle love relationship. And it kind of went like this.
Let's see. And y'all know me as West Indies, so we're just gonna keep it at that. If you know my real name, that's cool too. I love my real name. And yeah, this is Will. So first things first. How did we meet each other? You can start.
Well,
I'm gonna please talk loud so they can hear you.
we met at this program.
And be real, because I'm real with my viewers.
We met at this program where we're faced with homelessness, and she walked in and caught my attention, and I wanted to talk to her.
So the relationship was kind of like off and on. Then he broke up with her, and it was going like this.
Oh, and then I think it was when he got moved in, or right before he got moved in, he hit me the following day after that. And he said, you know, I don't want you to go down like this or something like that. Like, I want, if you ever need a place to stay, you come to my place for a night, like you and your kids. And it's like, he said for a night. Oh yeah, he said as your friend. He said, I don't want to see you like this, as your friend. So like, if you ever need a place to stay, I got you for a night, something like that. Like, so now all of a sudden I'm a friend again. Like, so that's pretty much how he was like trying to treat me, like, oh, like I'm just some like friend. So basically I didn't say nothing regarding that, because this was around the time I made that video. Like, I already posted the video about us, and here he go hit me up. I didn't know he was gonna hit me up so soon. So, and I'm one of the people, once I have my mind set on something, like I'm set on it. So basically after that, I haven't talked to him like since, pretty much. And I've been like thinking about it. I'm like, well, when we first met each other, it seemed like both of our goals was like long-term relationships, not nothing like quick and fun, just hooking up. Like, we didn't have those type of goals when we met each other. So it's just funny to me when he talks like that sometimes, or act like everything's peachy, or always just come out of the blue trying to hit me up. And it's like, it's kind of hard for me to respond to something like that, because like, what's the point of you hitting me up for if we're not building together or living up to the goals that we set for each other?
So basically the dude moved into his own new apartment, and you know, he was kind of really tired of dealing with her ass and all that. And you know, she got 2 kids. One of the kids, she says, has behavioral issues and all of this, right? So he had stopped talking to her. And give him a round of applause. I'm not hating on the lady, But if a homeless dude don't want to put up with her, and she's not bad looking at all, she's a very beautiful girl, something must be extremely wrong with her. And it is. It's a lot of red flags. It's a lot of problems. And a lot of black men need to do the same thing. I don't give a damn how good they look, brothers. I don't give a damn how fine they are, how much vibes they have. If they are problematic, you're going to pay. You got to understand, there are a lot of people out there that are going to ruin their own lives. They will be more than willing to ruin your life if you're dumb enough to let them. And in my honest opinion, she's one of those ladies that's going towards a path of self-destruction.
Any guy going along with her there is going to meet their fate also.
Just based off what she said. But anyways, the dude simped, he called back and wanted to be back in her life. But he was trying to go head on in booty clapper sounds. In fact, let her tell it.
So basically, you guys, we having off-sea talks, right? And then recently, he just, like usual, he would hit me up. I haven't responded in like 3 of his messages, and then I finally responded. So yeah, every time when like we go from like texting, he would then like randomly like will FaceTime me and everything, and here I am being quick to answer the FaceTime message and stuff. But basically, he's already moved into his new apartment. He gave me a virtual tour of it. I said it was really nice.
So they broke up. Dude broke up with her, but he, like I said, he's homeless right now, and he might not have had no other opportunities to get somebody new. So he's trying to get back in there and get back in them guts, right? She ended up breaking some bad news about the fact that, while they was together, something else happened.
So yeah, you guys, so basically I did end up telling him that I did end up basically hooking up with somebody else. It was like a one-time thing, something that happened, and I basically told him about it. So I guess how you guys can be, y'all like start to ask all these questions, start worrying about the next dude or whatever, like did you use protection, did you not use protection, talking about just I guess acting jealous or whatever, I don't know, but anywho, he just kept like just asking me stuff about this like other person, like why did other person like matters, like. But anywho, he just kept getting to the point where when you're gonna come, like give me some things like that, and I'm like, you're my ex, I don't want to go like backtrack and everything. And then he goes, well, but you're giving it to him, is that your boyfriend now? Like just he kept trying to make it seem like as if I'm treating this dude like he's my boyfriend and stuff, but that's not the case.
While they was separated, she got clapped up by somebody else. It's not her fault he broke up with her. So, you know what I'm saying? She got clapped, right? So he mad now. So then she asked him for some money, and then he says this.
One day recently, I asked him, like this is I think over the weekend, and I needed a babysitter for this particular day. And I reached out to him at first. I said, this was the night prior. I was like, hey, can you send me, I think it was like $60 or $70 to put, like, so I could pay for like a sitter. No response. Oh no, I think it was that following morning, I think. But basically it was no response. And then he eventually gonna message me back saying I was asleep. So, and then eventually, so then soon after I was like, can you send $30 to me so I can get me something to eat for lunch? Because I had work. I was already at work at this point. He goes, why won't you ask that other dude for $30? For $30.
You're broke! You're f***ing poor!
And I'm like, what did he have to do with you? So like he's already putting all this image in his head, like this dude could do such and such for me. So I just thought like that was crazy, because it's like, really, like we're making it about that. Like the dude's not my boyfriend or nothing. Like, why can't I ask you?
Give him a round of applause. I would say the same goddamn thing too. You already getting clapped by another dude, right? I'm asking you to come over so I can clap you one last time. you're saying no, but you're asking for some money. You're broke. So you ain't giving me what I'm looking for. So why don't you ask the dude that you was just doing something with? And the reason why she mad, because the dude you was doing something with don't want to give you nothing, or you don't really like him like that. And that's how it works. Most ladies that ask guys for something will ask you with no intention of giving you anything that you would want from them. Like it ain't gotta be sex. It could be something else. Maybe you want to pray for church music. I don't know what the you want to do with her. I don't know. But she's not going to give it to you any goddamn way. So it's not even going to really matter, right? And that's something that you got to understand. Most ladies that ask you for stuff are already getting booty clapping sounds. They have some kind of dude that they really like. He just don't have what you got. So, and your ass is dumb enough to give it to him. So that's why they ask. So then whenever you say, go get it from the dude that you messing with, they get an attitude. Well, why are you sleeping with him then? Anyways, so she decided to go over there with the guy, right?
So I don't know if it was that same day or like the following day, you know, he reached out to me again, because I have not been the first one to reach out to him, you guys. It's like he's always someone reaching out to me. So he then eventually goes, when are you going to give me some? And I'm like, it's like he tried to be slick with it. I'm like, huh? Like, we're not together, stuff like that. So I'm telling him, well, if you want to, well, like, what am I going to get from you? Like, at this point, like, are you gonna help invest in me and stuff? And he just was acting like that was like a problem, like as if I was trying to use him and stuff. And that wasn't the case at all. But at this point, I'm like, we're not together. Like, why would I want to backtrack when I could just be single and do what I want to do if I was to like be with someone else, or just do what I want to do with somebody else? He's like, well, why would you do that? You know, type of thing. So basically that's when what was I gonna say? We were just kept like doing like the back and forth, that he just was like, you gonna come or not? If not, I'm gonna be so tight, da 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 da, just from in his mouth. And then so eventually I'm thinking, so this is how he tried to flip it on me, you guys. So eventually he goes, well, can we just do it one last time and then we could both part ways?
Then he gonna tell her something about a situation.
So basically, you know, that day, he was like, you're gonna get the kids something to eat. And I'm like, you know, like, what's up? And he's like, I don't have no food at my crib. I'm like, why would you invite a female to your crib if you don't got no food? Like, why would you do that? And he just goes, well, you know, I just spent money on rent, da 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 da. And I'm just like, this is just so crazy. Like, here I am, about to come sleep with a dude that I'm no longer with. And then for two, you don't got no food. You want me to pay and get my kids some food?
That's right. Ain't no food in the house, right? I mean, this is crazy. Like, you're inviting a chick over and her kids, you don't have no food in the house. So they end up doing it one last time. All right, I'm not even going into all the details of the video. You can go and watch it yourself. But here's the reality of it all. This is a homeless lady with a BBL, with an OnlyFans, that wants to get bigger boobs, that just bought a Benz. The Benz got totaled, has an active GoFundMe, gets dumped by a homeless dude, and goes back over there one last time to get clapped up by this same guy. Now, at the same time, I'm pretty sure that she believes that some guy out there in the world today would wife her up. I would still probably pay your bills. Now, I'm just going to be honest. She do got 2 kids by 2 different guys. I don't even think that's the real problem. The problem is the unaccountability and the decision making, which is terrible. There is no guy who has anything to lose that will put up with somebody like this on a consistent basis, right? Let's leave the kids to the side and the fact that she used to be in the sex industry, all of that. I mean, people can do some crazy stuff. The fact that you make bad decisions consistently and then you are entitled, like she even admitted on the Atlanta Street interviews that her fans should pay for everything that she does. like even breakfast and things like that. You're entitled. You don't really have very much to offer a guy that's very rich or very successful. And when it comes to the point that the homeless guy don't want anything to do with you, it's not looking good. And I would tell men, especially black men in particular, that there are certain situations that you just got to get yourself away from. And it's no offense to her, that decision making is going to affect you. You got to get the hell away from that. Because think about it. If you're the next guy that she dated, okay, what's the resume going to say? 2 kids by 2 different guys. My last boyfriend was homeless. He dumped me. And I expect you to do a lot better than those guys did, which is fine. You can want whatever you want. What position is she to give you anything? That's, as a man, we got to look at that. We will be like, sad music. Oh, she ain't got to give me no. That's true. But what's the real risk for you to take that on? What do you get out of that? It's a good question. Because if it was the other way around, and if you were homeless and she was not, and she had 2 kids, there would be no real reason why she would ever talk to you. It wouldn't make any sense. But situations like this is where guys need to look at where your effort needs to be. It's plenty of women out there that have their things together, that they don't need you to help them get together, because nobody can help this lady get together. It's not possible. She's always going to have an excuse as to why things ain't together, in my honest opinion, right? Don't make it bad. It's not that I'm trying to root against her. I just feel that way. So what you need to understand is you can't help everybody. You can't save everybody. And listen, if Jesus can't help them, what can your ass do? All right? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.